Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted new mittens made from wool as white as snow. He went to his grandma, who he called Baba.
Baba, can you make me mittens white as snow? I don't think that's a good idea, Nicky. If you drop it in the snow, you'll never be able to find it.
But Nicky made such a sad face that Baba finally agreed to make him white mittens. After she finished, she called Nicky to her.
Nicky. When you come home, I'll make sure that you're fixed down and that you still have your snow white mittens.
So off Nicky went. And it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. Just then, a couple of moles came by. Tired of tunneling along, they discovered the mitten.
This mitten is just right size for us. Let's go to the room. Mommy and Daddy.
The moles buried themselves inside the mitten. Not long after, a couple of snowshoe rabbits came hopping by. They stopped for a moment to admire their winter coats.
I'm gonna go fun.
Snowshoe rabbits.
You're bad. It's a cozy white mitten. This looks wrong. Another badger.
The moles said.
That wasn't real, it was me. Oh no! Oh no!
The snowshoe rabbit said.
Sure there is. Sure there is.
The moles saw rabbits' big kickers and decided to move over.
Ah!
Next, a couple of hedgehogs came snuffling along. Go, hedgehogs.
That man looks cozy and warm. You're so cold.
The rabbits and the moles wanted to tell Hedgehog that there wasn't any room, but they didn't want to argue with someone covered in prickles. The moles bumped and jostled them as they pushed their way into the mitten. No sooner had the hedgehogs disappeared into the mitten, two big owls, who heard all the noise, swooped down.
Hey, look at that mitten down there.
The moles, the rabbits, and the hedgehogs grumbled, but when they saw the owls' glinty and sharp talons, they quickly let them in. Up through the snow appeared a couple of badgers. Badgers.
You guys are cool. My daddy, my bear.
The moles, rabbits, and hedgehogs said,
Oh no!
the badgers didn't wait for an invitation. They just started climbing in. The moles, the rabbits, the hedgehogs, and the owls were not pleased. All the animals said,
Oh no!
the badger says, the badger's gone. It happened. They all saw his big diggers and gave him the thumb. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. Just then, some bears came lumbering by. They spied the mitten all plumped up. Not one to be left out in the cold. They began to nose their way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But who would argue with bears? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Along came a couple of meadow mice no bigger than acorns. All the animals said,
Oh no!
they wriggled into the one space left and made themselves comfortable on top of the great bear's noses. The bears, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, both began to sneeze. The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Meanwhile, Nicky was on his way home. As Nicky ran to catch his snowy white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. He ran into the house.
Nicky, why is this one so much bigger?